Hey, Sergio. Okay, I would also do a portfolio review for you. Let me switch my screen here. As always, I do this through video while looking at it for the first time to really capture that first impression. So let's dive straight into it. First look is, well, the banner, not sure what's going on there, but the bottom looks pretty solid. I like your avatar image, pretty cool. Um, But yeah, first impression is really the banner needs to. I'm not sure what's going on there. That needs to be replaced. Be aware how people will perceive you, right? So if they look at this, I don't know what's going on here. So that needs to be better. And that kind of already tells me a little bit, it's kind of like a little bit strange, kind of a little bit weak. And that's what you don't want to do. That's what you want to be aware of, how you come forward when other people read your work. But the grid itself looks pretty awesome. Hand painting, this one really jumps out, looks amazing, also looks pretty cool. The sword looks really cool. Not sure what this is. Um, okay, also not sure. From a thumbnail standpoint, it does look a little not bad, but I think the thumbnails can be better. Like, why is the face cut off? There's no margin around this one. It's not bad per se. This is like the dress, I guess. So only the dress, kind of unclear. And this is, really have no clue what this is, like a wine glass or something. So this one's really vague. So thumbnailing can be better. I would say this one is maybe a project you did, like a professional project. So that's cool. Everything else is personal work. Again, that's not bad. But it's something to eventually work into, right? To have more and more professional work as you get more clients or jobs. Let's jump into each one. Okay, so first impression, sadly, is the globe is very unrefined, unfinished, and weak. Like you have such a cool painting style here, and then the globe is like flat, a quick like Photoshop shadow layer to it, and that's it. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed to be honest here. Let's go down a little bit. Yeah, like hand painting is really your thing, right? So this is awesome. And then why is the globe so flat and boring and unrefined and unfinished? So I would say get rid of this, perhaps, or upgrade it. And then here, this is great. This is more hand painting. So yeah, that globe, that's really weak. I would get rid of that globe or replace it, have a better globe. But otherwise, yeah, that's not a good impression. This piece looks super awesome, some sort of lock. I'm not sure why you chose to do this uh, fade effect. I would get rid of that and simply kind of what you did here. Just have two pieces next to each other, with maybe a different camera angle. But it kind of feels a bit like presentation-wise, a bit um, unprofessional. It's a cool piece though. Interesting, like the wireframe is good, super low poly, super awesome. That's what we want to see. The dartboard also looks pretty cool. It does feel a little bit like unlit flat, but maybe that's a creative choice. Especially the lights. What you could have done or do is add like light boards or billboards or whatever you want to call them, like with a transparency gradient, maybe a second one, just to bring that, because now it feels like their lights are on or off. It's like it's a bit vague or undefined. So adding that could really make this piece a bit better. And then this is a better image to do this. Maybe improve the lighting that drops here. So really the lights jump out as they are on and they're shining onto the board. But maybe that's something for the next time. You could choose to do that light boarding boards as an upgrade for the piece. But overall, it's a nice piece though. Looks really cool. Textures are great. Maybe make them bigger because in the end, your hand painting is really your selling point. So maybe make these bigger so people see how your style looks like, with really this being the weakest. Also, from a UV standpoint, there's a lot of empty space, especially here. Like make the the globe itself could have easily been like half the texture, and then just fill everything in on the side. This one is, of course, pretty awesome. So yeah, this one is a bit weak from the UVing standpoint. But, you know, it's not a bad piece. It's very limited, only 3 props, but that's okay. This globe, that's the weakest thing. Don't put it at the top. Get rid of it. As I sometimes say before, and it's been said many, many times already in the community, your weakest work is what you're going to be judged on, and that's this piece. So that's not good. Let's move on. Yeah, this looks really cool. My first question is, why are we focusing on the dress and not on the character itself? Does that mean you did not make the character, you only made the dress? If that's the case, I would opt to maybe, what's handy, like have make the character a sort of ghost gray, like you know, like if you're in a clothing store and then you have these, I don't know how you call them, these sort of puppets of people, and they're very sort of flat. You could do the same here, where maybe it's like a gray flat character, and then the clothing will jump out because everything else is gray. So you could choose to do that. Otherwise, it looks pretty cool. Presentation and the way you frame it is a bit weak. Like, why did you choose to do the camera straight from the front? Why not a little bit offset to make it a more interesting look to look at? So presentation can be better. I think that's also with the other one. Let me double check here. Yeah, the black backgrounds. Presentation, I think, is something you can work on. Again, like also these very long shots, just make them bigger. And if there's some spacing at the side, it doesn't really matter, but at least it will read better. Make better camera angles. Presentation just can be better. But otherwise, cool piece, definitely keep it. Just shows more of your hand painting, so that's awesome. This one is for sure your best piece. I can already see, like, damn, this is like a professional piece. Love the lighting behind the, you know, in the shadow area here. This is your best piece for sure. Really cool style, really awesome. Super cool that you added this. Not sure why you chose to do this first, then this, and then that. So when people are on websites or on portfolios like this, it's a journey they go through, right? The first image needs to blow them away. Well, this one's doing a good job. Then you have this with, I don't know, seems kind of weak again. And then you have this, and then this. That journey can be improved. I would say for this one, only just do the 3. The front, the 45, which I guess would be this one, and then the side. Get rid of the other 2. So then that would be easier to read, and put that at the bottom because it's part of the breakdowns. And then you start with your key art that blows people away, which is this one. I will say though that it's kind of cut off because of the browser. So make it a regular, you know, high definition screen ratio. So then the whole piece instantly shows on the screen. From there, you could maybe do a turntable, followed by this one, or maybe another camera shot, and then you go into the breakdowns with this one, and I would maybe also add the UVs and textures to it. So then you have a cool journey where you're blowing away people with your awesomeness at the top, slowly going towards the breakdowns. But otherwise, amazing piece, really cool. Okay, let's look at this, sort of like a teapot, I believe. A wooden teapot of some sorts. Not sure what to think about this. This one seems very weird with the lighting. I mean, it's cool to see more hand painting, but if I would be looking to hire you, this doesn't really tell me much. Like, it's not even centered in the screen, which is weird. Again, presentation is weird with like everything's black. Um, and it's only one tiny little prop. So, and this one is weird with the lighting. So this is a weak-ish piece, or it's just too small to tell me anything. So if you do want to keep it, which I totally understand, make better presentation and images, do better lighting, do something with the background, like maybe there's shadowing here, or just remove it. The sword, yeah, this one, I saw this one before somewhere. This one looks really cool. Very creative, super awesome coloring. Not sure what is going on here. It seems a bit broken. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's almost like the normal smoothing is broken, or I'm not sure if that's if you're going for a glass look, but it feels unrefined, or the execution feels a bit weaker. Same with the sculpting. It feels a bit unrefined. So overall, really cool piece. Keep it for sure. Again, improve the presentation a little bit, like there's no margin or buffer to the sides to these images. Really creative piece. The execution is a bit weak, but you know, I can imagine down the line, if you have way more work, maybe because of the execution, you could get to a point of, maybe I should remove it, but it is a very creative piece. Biggest win for this one is just make better images, just do better presentation. I would like what I personally always do is all images are always HD size. So on computer screens, it always fully reads as the screen. So I would do the same with the sword. Have bigger images, and all images are the same size. But yeah, really cool. Really love the coloring. Super awesome. So yeah, let's go back here. Like I said, pretty cool work. This character, by the way, this one needs to be in your banner. You could, take this one, put it on the right, and then put your name on the left with maybe your email or contact information. That would make the banner way better. This one, the innocent facade, is the weakest. The thumbnail is also kind of weird, but the globe needs to be replaced. If you replace the globe, keep it there. This one, thumbnail wise, is weak. These two are the weakest, so maybe give it an upgrade. But overall, it's not a bad impression. Would I hire you as a character artist? Unsure. I would have to. The main question I would have is, would you perform well in a production environment with deadlines, and would you deliver clean work on time? And your portfolio doesn't really show that well. So I think that has to do with you need to improve those weak points like the banner and the globe or the presentation, and do better breakdowns. So really think of your portfolio as an art piece itself, really. So that journey people go through, so when they go through your portfolio, that you, or when they go through it, they really get this sense of, oh, I feel that you are trustworthy and that I can count on you in a production environment. So I hope that helps. Again, if you have more questions, let me know. You know where to find me. Feel free to reach out, or if I missed anything, just let me know. Catch you later.